All right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everybody to our Plexus Maximizing Your Results call. We are really glad that you've taken a little bit of time out of your evening tonight to join us. I love getting face to face. I like to think of this as if we were all able to be in the same room, sitting around the kitchen table. We'd be able to have a really great conversation with you about how you can take the products, how you can get optimal results, and then of course be able to answer any questions that you have. Because as a Plexus ambassador, I've been doing this for 6.5 years. Our number one, I can tell you, any of us that have been doing the business, sharing the business, our number one goal is for you to have wonderful product results, just like we have, because we know the products. We know the power of having a really great gut health, the power of a balanced body. And so we love sharing, and that's why we do what we do. That's why we actively build our business and actively share with you all. And so you getting great results is of utmost importance to us. And so we like to do these calls at least once or twice a month and invite you to kind of hear firsthand. You know, it's a little different to hear it firsthand than it is to even see a chart, or it is for us to send you product recommendations and so forth. And so I have, let's see, somebody's waiting. This is really weird. Okay, sorry. Sorry, that's just, I've never had to do that before, where I had to let people into the meeting. That's totally different than what I'm used to, so I have to keep looking. So just to kind of give you an overview of what we're gonna do. So Lisa Weinkoop, who is a chiropractor, who's also a senior Ruby ambassador on our team. She is really, to me, a mentor and a guru in the health world and health, knowing she knows so much about the body and supplements and how things work. And so she is going to do an overview for us about how to take products. And of course, we can't go over every single product. We know that all of you are on different products, and so that would take forever to go through every possible regimen. So we're going to give you kind of the basics. What I do encourage you to do is, if you have questions, please put them in the chat. You can do that on the Zoom call. And then we will try to, if we can't address your question and answer your question before the call is over, then we will certainly follow up and get back with you and provide those answers for you. And we're gonna do that within 30 minutes. And then I'll kind of go through some just membership benefits, because if you're here, you're likely a Plexus ambassador. You might be a customer, and that's great too, but I'm gonna go over some different membership benefits with you. And then at 8:30, we actually are gonna invite you, if you'd like, to stay on the call. We have some really, really great health testimonies of some of our newer people that have just started the products, probably within the last anywhere from Allison's little baby, 3 to 6 months, and are really getting some good results, and they're going to share some of their awesome stories too. So we hope that you'll want to stick around and listen to that as well. And so without further ado, I'm actually going to turn it right over to Miss Lisa Weinkoop to jump into products and how to get great results.
Hi everyone, happy Tuesday. I'm so happy to see so many faces, and I'm going to very quickly, as Dawn told you, go through the kind of the basics, and especially of the products that most people order through our back office. Now, there are over 20, so I'm not going to obviously cover all of them, and obviously someone invited you and you ordered through someone else. So if they have shared a different way of taking the supplements with you, please get with them and make sure, because I'm going to tell you what I have found over the last 5 years works the best for most people, but I will preempt that by saying everybody's going to be different. You have different genetics, different lifestyle. So many things are going to factor into this, and we oftentimes have to tweak things. So I'm going to give you kind of the best case scenario in my opinion, but I highly recommend that you get with the person who's been doing this for a while and let them tweak things as you need to. Sometimes you just need to change dosing or time of day, things like that. So what I do each week or couple of weeks when we do these is look at what most people have ordered, and almost always it's the triplex combo is one of the biggest ones, and then our weight loss combo. So I'm going to do those two this evening and give you some helpful hints very quickly. So I'm going to start with the triplex combo, because that is by far the largest or the combo that we have that is purchased the most. I'm going to start by telling you how to best take your slim. And I know a couple of people that I just had join this weekend are going to be hopping on the call. So I'm going to do a couple really basic things. Some of you guys, if you've been taking them for a week or two, you may already know these things. But Slim, if you got hunger control, it's the bigger stick, and microbiome is the smaller one. These are mixed in water, preferably for weight loss 30 minutes before a meal. If you're not necessarily looking for weight loss, you can drink it any time of the day. And even if you forget 30 minutes before the meal, it's just the most important thing is getting it in. So I suggest 8 to 12 ounces of water. If you have the larger stick, the hunger control, it's best mixed in room temperature water because it'll clump in cold water. If you like it cold, add ice afterwards, or do it in just a little bit of room temperature, and then add the rest of the way, add cold water. Microbiome, the smaller packet, can be mixed in either, does not matter, it won't clump. Both of them are super simple in one of the shaker bottles, or if you have one of those little frother things, or even I can just pour mine into a glass and stir it and it mixes fine. I do suggest that you drink it within 30 to 45 minutes of mixing it. Do not mix it the night before. People have asked me that. It does start to degrade over time. All of our supplements are plant-based, so they are sensitive, and you really want to drink it within that 30 to 45 minute time period. You don't necessarily want to guzzle it. You definitely want to kind of sip on it for those 30 minutes and kind of enjoy it, but it does have some benefits also to drink it a little bit more slowly. I tell my folks to start with that, with your drink for the first 2 or 3 days. And then I have them add in BioCleanse, and that is our magnesium supplement. And I tell them to take one capsule twice a day. It's best on an empty stomach, so you can take it first thing with your Slim if you're drinking that first thing in the morning. If you have thyroid issues and you're taking thyroid medication, you probably already know this, but if you don't, you should separate certain supplements from your medications, and Slim is one of those. You can take your probiotics and things like that within a closer time frame, but if you're drinking Slim and you take thyroid meds, you should separate it for anywhere from 2 to 3 hours from when you take your meds and when you drink your Slim. Take your BioCleanse, one probably with your Slim is probably easiest, and then one later in the day on an empty stomach. I tell people to keep it in their kitchen, and then you'll see it while you're making dinner. You've got an empty stomach, and you can take it then. You can take both of them at the same time. I just like separating them because there's an oxygenation that's happening, and it gives me a little boost of energy, so I like to extend that throughout the day. Then after 2 or 3 days of doing the BioCleanse with the pink drink, I have people add in ProBio 5 at night. Just keep it on your nightstand. You won't forget it. I have them do one a night. This is our probiotic with digestive enzymes and an antifungal. It works best on an empty stomach and when you're at rest. That's why we say to take it at bedtime. And I don't necessarily suggest taking it with the BioCleanse. Some of the scientists at corporate has told me that that's not the way they recommend it either. But here's one of those little caveats. If you're not seeing the results that you want to see, sometimes we shake it up a little bit and try taking them together at bedtime for about a week and see if maybe that is a good system for you. Again, that's just a little trick that I have found with maybe 5 or 6 people over the last 5 years, but it's still worthy to point out to you guys. So that is the 3 products that are in our triplex combo. After about a week, I do increase this to 2 a night. And I will tell you that, and I tell all my folks when they're starting, that sometimes you have to go to 3 and sometimes 4 a night to fully treat the candida yeast overgrowth. And the person that you're working with can help you decide if you need that and how far you need to go, whether it's to 3 or to 4, and then help you wean back down to 2 a night. The other thing I wanted to talk about very quickly is our X Factor Plus multivitamin, and that is because a lot of people are getting that with the triplex combo. A, because you need a great multivitamin. B, because it has polyphenols for gut health and it goes really naturally well with them. As with any vitamin, take it with food. It helps with absorption. I also suggest that you don't take this particular vitamin later than 4 in the afternoon because it's very, very, very high in B vitamins and it may keep you awake at night. Also, taking it with food should help with any nausea. Sometimes people get nauseous taking multivitamins in general, and because of the high B vitamins, you may find that with this. So breakfast or lunch, if you do that and you still have a little bit of upset tummy, you can take one with breakfast, one with lunch. Very few people have I had to do that with over the years, but I've had 1 or 2 that still had to take one with breakfast and one with lunch. I want to jump over to the weight loss combos, and really the main one that most people have bought this last month is Slim, Balance, and MetaBurn. So we've already talked about Slim. MetaBurn is our fat burner metabolism booster. This one is taken twice a day. I tell people to start with 1 a day first, kind of see how you do with it after a couple of days, and then add the second one in. You can take both at the same time, but in my research and with talking to the scientists at home office, they suggest if you can to take 1 in the morning and 1 in mid-afternoon because that extends that fat burning and the metabolism boosting throughout the day. which makes complete sense to me. This one does have some herbs that you really need to drink a full glass of water when you take it. And I have some folks, myself included, that have to take it with food, because if I don't, it gives me heartburn. So my husband can take it on a completely empty stomach, doesn't even notice a difference. I have to take it with food or I'll get heartburn. Full glass of water is usually sufficient with most people. Grab block. It's actually Balance. And Balance is our carb blocker. It's best taken 30 minutes before your largest carb meal of the day. Again, if you forget and it's 15 minutes before, don't freak out, but ideally 30 minutes before. And then basically what it's going to do is block up to 48% of the carbs and sugars in that meal. It also balances your blood sugar through that meal, so you don't have that crash after the dinner or the lunch, whichever is your largest meal is. So that's usually the other one that people are getting. Lastly, I wanted to throw in Active and Lean, because I noticed a lot of people had ordered that. Lean are our meal replacement shakes, and Active is our clean energy drink. This can be drank any time of the day. It can actually be mixed with your Slim and is super yummy. It's a great pre-workout, but a lot of people mix it up in the afternoon when they're hitting that afternoon slump. So really just the same as Slim, mix it in about 8 to 12 ounces of either cold or room temperature water, shake it up really well and drink it. It usually kicks in about 10 minutes and it'll last about 6 to 8 hours for most people. Will not give you the jitters or crash or anything like that, like you get sometimes from coffee or those energy drinks. And then lastly, the Lean shakes. These can be used as a meal replacement once or twice a day for weight loss, or they can just be used as a healthy meal. I don't need to lose weight any longer, but I drink one every morning for breakfast because I know that I'm getting everything I need for one meal each day in that shake, and it's so delicious. It's 170 calories in water. It's about 45 more calories if you mix it in coconut milk, which I think it's totally worth the extra 45 calories because it's like a chocolate or vanilla milkshake. You do not have to add anything to them because they have everything you need, all the healthy fats, the amino acids, all the vitamins, minerals, all of those good things, and all fully methylated. But if you want, you can always put a scoop of nut butter in it, or if you wanted to, I like the vanilla blended with some frozen dark cherries, really good, or with some frozen peaches is really yummy, like a peach milkshake, but you don't have to. You can also, lastly, you could add either your Slim or your Active to one of the shakes. The Slim is a peach mango flavor, so it kind of makes the vanilla be like taste like a peach milkshake as well. And the same with the chocolate Lean. It's pretty tasty too. So last couple things I want to point out. Really super important, you guys, that you drink half your body weight in ounces of water every single day. It's so important for overall health in general, but Slim is breaking down fat cells. They contain like icky stuff. I'm just going to leave it at that. And you will not feel well if you're detoxing your body and not flushing it out. Same with ProBio 5. It's breaking down the Candida yeast overgrowth. You can have something called die-off, which will make you feel kind of like a mild headache, some achiness if you don't flush it out. There are some tricks as you're increasing your dosage. You can add 2,000 milligrams of a really good vitamin C at bedtime with it. That helps with any of that die-off symptoms as well. This is not a diet. There is no, restriction or deprivation or anything like that. But what you do will help the products work better. So we do know that these products work better with a higher protein, lower carb diet. So kind of look at processed foods and things that are really high in carbs and maybe kind of try to eat a little bit more healthy. And I think a lot of you will notice that you crave healthier foods, especially once you've been on Slim for just a little while. I noticed I craved water more. I didn't like the taste of soda anymore. It was super sweet. I did not crave sugar anymore. I was still grabbing for it, but it was such a habit. And once I realized that's all it was and I broke the habit, I didn't need to have it every day, but it kind of changes your taste buds. So go with that. If you're full, don't take the second helping. If you don't really want the sugar, don't eat it, because if you're especially working on your gut health, sugar and carbs that break down into sugar are going to feed the bacteria and the Candida yeast, the bad bacteria and the Candida yeast in your system. And that's the last thing you want to do, is you're kind of fighting against what we're doing. So you definitely want to drink the water, more protein, less carbs if you can, decrease your sugar intake, and really look at like trying to decrease processed foods if you can. Move your body more. That's huge, not just for if you're looking for weight loss, but the way you get these toxins out, you guys, is to pee them out, poop them out, and sweat them out. So you really want to move your body more, even if it's just going for a walk, riding your bike, doing some kind of movement every day is really important. Again, listen to your body. If you don't have the cravings, don't go with it. If you're craving healthy stuff, go with it. And lastly, be really consistent, you guys. These are not blood level kind of products. You're not going to get to a point where they are like within your system and stay there. You have to take them every single day to get the results you want to see. So be patient. Understand that some people will see results in the first week. Some people will take 3 months. I had one lady who did not start losing any weight until she had been on the products for 8 months. Now she had more energy. She had tremendously better sleep. Her skin cleared up. All this other stuff happened. But your body's last important thing is the weight loss. It's going to cure and heal everything else first. And that's what she knew her body was doing. And then at the 8-month mark, the weight started just pouring off because it had been able to heal and her gut was so much healthier. So I just tell you that not as like oh, I don't want to wait 8 months, just as an encouraging point that a lot of people take 60 to 90 days. So really dig in, take them consistently, drink your water, and work with the person who is the person who invited you to Plexus so that they can help you kind of tweak things and do things that might help you have a better experience. So anything else, Dawn?
Yeah, you got a, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. You got a couple great questions. Number one was, would hunger control be safer during nursing or should she wait to wean?
So hunger control is perfectly fine while nursing. The only thing that I will say that I've talked to a couple of midwives about this, and they just said you have to be really careful about your calorie intake. So if you find, because you need about another 500 calories a day if you are nursing. And so if you find that you are really like restricting your intake, then you may want to switch over to microbiome until you're finished nursing. A lot of people just find that helps them not to snack as much, which means not snacking on like unhealthy foods, which is even better. So if you're using it for those reasons and it's working well for you, absolutely. It's actually really great for milk production. It's really great for your hormonal balances, for cortisol levels. We know that insulin is the master hormone of the body. So this is what we're doing is we're balancing your glucose and that's affecting your insulin levels. So it's really, really an amazing thing to do while you're nursing or pregnant. So
great. Okay, here's another one about BioCleanse. So the question comes from Hannah. She asked, when you recommend BioCleanse, one early in the day and one later, is that 1 pill or 2 pills?
Great question. I start people 1 each time, once in the morning and once in the afternoon, probably before dinner, but you're going to probably be increasing that. Some people have to get to 4 a day. Some people get to 6 a day. It could be 2 and 2. And as I increase 1 at one of those doses. So like if you're doing 1 and 1 and you're going to get to 3, then I want you to do like 2 and then 1. And you're going to increase it based on your bowel movements and your symptoms. So if I have somebody who's not having 1 to 3 really healthy bowel movements a day, we're going to keep increasing. I also increase BioCleanse when I increase somebody's ProBio 5, because ProBio 5, if you're giving yourself more ProBio 5 to break down that yeast, you need something to help it get that yeast out of your body, and BioCleanse is going to help with that. So definitely make sure you're having 1 to 3 healthy bowel movements a day. And when you find what that sweet spot is for you, that's your BioCleanse dose. For some people, it's 2 a day. For some people, it's 6 a day. Is that it? I can't see the...
Yeah, no, I'll ask them for you. Andrea wanted to know, does the X Factor have adequate vitamin C in it?
It does for a healthy adult, for what you need on a day-to-day basis. But if you are concerned about cold and flu season and you want to increase that, or for example, if you want to mitigate the effects of die-off when you're increasing your ProBio 5, I would definitely add in. But you have to be super careful. Read your ingredients labels. You guys, I can't tell you how many bottles I've pulled of vitamin C and saw in the ingredients list that it has added sugar. The fact that they add sugar to a vitamin drives me crazy, and that's going to be defeating the purpose of trying to get your gut healthy. So read the list on the back and make sure that it's just vitamin C, that it doesn't have dyes, preservatives, sugar in it. I love liposomal C. I love extended release vitamin C. All of those can be found on Amazon. There's really no amazing brand that I love, but you'll find some. Actually, Trader Joe's doesn't have a extended release or liposomal, but they have a pretty good, fairly inexpensive vitamin C. So if you have a Trader Joe's near you, that's an option as well.
Great. And then the last question we had, when you take Slim, how do you do that with coffee? Should you wait?
Oh, I don't wait. And I don't think there's really any hard and fast rule about that. I wake up in the morning. I don't need coffee anymore. I used to need 2.5 to 3 cups a day to get going because I was waking up exhausted. But I do it because I love the taste and because it's kind of a tradition to kind of have the cup of coffee in bed and watch the news in the morning. But what I find is I only need about a cup to, not even need it, but I enjoy about a cup. Then I get up and I brush my teeth and I take my Vital Biome and I take my Ease, and then I go down to the kitchen and I make my my Slim. So usually it's probably 15 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes apart, but there's no rule for that. You can drink them. There's no caffeine if that's what you're worried about. There's no caffeine in Slim, so you're not like double dosing yourself on caffeine and going to get the jitters or anything like that. Now you'll notice on the bag, let me just point this out because a couple people have asked me about this. The old bags, I don't know if the new bags still say it, they used to say contains less than 2% caffeine. We have to put that on there by FDA regulations because of the chlorogenic acid is derived from the green coffee bean. But we sent out every lot, every batch, we sent out samples to independent companies to test the Slim, and 3 different companies we've used over the years have ever found any amount of caffeine in it. So the energy you're feeling is not because it's caffeine, it's because it's sustaining your blood sugars at a good level instead of doing this all day. So you're not crashing and then getting a little high spike from the caffeine and then going down again. So does that answer the question? I think.
Yeah, that was awesome. Perfect. And I love listening to Ms. Lisa because I learn something every single time.
I'm glad. Thank you.
For a long time. I do. Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm not muted anymore. Awesome. Okay, guys, that was awesome. Thank you. If you have any more questions, of course, ask the person who invited you to the call. You can also, we have a team page in the pink. You can ask there. Or you can, I've got something I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit about. You can ask more questions and we'll get back to you later with those answers. So yes, you are here. You are taking the products. You are well on your way to healthy, happy, and having these wonderful breakthroughs, but you also have some other cool benefits. If you signed up as an ambassador, which you probably likely did because of the incredible savings that we have been offering over the last couple of months becoming an ambassador, one of the things that I think is super exciting is when you signed up, you were awarded 250 Plexus Perk credits. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that you automatically right now have sitting in your account $25 worth of Plexus products. So the way that it works is when you sign up, you get 250 Plexus Perk credits. It equals for about every 100 credits, it's about $10. And then when you set up your subscription, which you likely did when you signed up, and what we do with what a subscription means is our products run in 30-day cycles. And so every 30 days, you're gonna want to get your products, right? You, like Lisa was saying, consistency is key. In order to get the results that you desire and that we desire for you, you have to be consistent. So we don't want you to have a lack and a gap. So staying on that subscription, Plexus has it timed perfectly. They're gonna ship you your products. They're going to arrive in time. So you should never be able to miss a beat. So you wanna have that subscription set up. When you have that subscription set up for the products that you need every month, and it's $100 or more, you automatically earn Plexus perks. Okay, so for every $100, you're going to earn about 100 Plexus, well, not about, you earn 100 Plexus perks. So you can let those perks accumulate over time and cash them in for products. You can cash them in right away for your next subscription order. So you want to make sure that you are checking that number. So you are getting your free products, but I want to make sure that you understand that those 250 perks are already in your account right now, which you can go redeem. You can go redeem on your next subscription order. Now, the bad part is if you fall under 100 PV on your, what we call personal volume, $100, and you lose your perks. So you want to make sure that you have your subscription in place. You want to make sure it's over 100. And that should be, example, Triplex, that'll be Slim, Active, ProBio. So it's basically about 3 products, the 3 probably products that you signed up for, that you continue those products, you're going to get those perks. So you don't want to lose those. If you're not sure if it's in place, you're not sure how to check, you're not sure about your subscription, just get with the person that signed you up and they will absolutely walk you through it. And if that person isn't sure, there's always somebody else. Their person that signed them up can answer those questions. So we're here to help you and make sure that you don't lose your perks. It's such a great benefit. Okay, course, when you signed up, you also now get wholesale pricing. Remember, you paid that $9.95, which was your membership. So you have wholesale pricing for an entire year. You do not pay that membership fee again until your anniversary. It's generally $39.95, so you get a really, really wonderful savings. That savings continues until the end of the month, and then we don't know, because as ambassadors, we aren't really sure what the next month's promotions are going to be until the next month starts. So we can't guarantee that that's going to continue. Right now, you actually can still earn what we call bonuses. You can earn referral bonuses. You can earn impact bonuses when you are sharing. So remember, when you signed up, you were asked to come up with a business name, a business website. So you might have put your name, you might have put your middle initial, maybe you came up with something super creative, but that is your personal website link. So you basically pay $9.95 for a business if that's something that you want to pursue. So you can easily send that link, plexusworldwide.com / and your name to anybody, a friend, family member, whoever, anybody that might want to order from you, might want to sign up. And when you do that, of course, you're going to earn money back. So that's a great way to start earning those bonuses. And we can talk more about that if that's something that you're ready to do and you want to do. Let's see, what else did I want to tell you? Also, if you haven't already done this, I highly encourage you to download the Plexus, what's called Engage app, Engage. That is going to be an easy way for you to access your account from your phone. You just quickly click it and immediately sends you there. You can change your subscription. You can edit your account. You can do all kinds of things. You can place one-time orders. And what's really cool about that Engage app, you can also send samples to friends and family right from the app. And because you signed up as a new ambassador, you automatically have 3 sample credits loaded into your Engage app. So once you download it, you're going to put in your login information and bam, there's those 3 samples. So you figure maybe it's your mom, your sister, your brother, your best friend. You're like, hey, I'm doing this thing called Plexus. I'd love for you to try it. Maybe you want to do it with me. It's always more fun to get healthy with an accountability partner, right? And so you can easily, through that app, bam, send your best friend 2 sticks of Slim, let her try the 2 sticks of Slim, see how she likes it, and then bam, she can just place an order, and then you earn money back. So it's a really good deal. So don't forget that you have those. And again, if you're not sure exactly what to do, how to do it, we're all here to help you and help you walk through that. I think that's all I wanted to say. Right now, if you do, through the end of the month, we've got a few days left. If you do add someone to your team, you do share, you could earn up to $305 in bonuses this month. And then, like I said, we don't know what October will look like, but it's a great opportunity. So we would love to help you do that. As you can tell, I love this business. I have been building this business, Plexus business, for 6.5 years. I'm super passionate about sharing the opportunity. It's been an incredible financial blessing for our family. When I started, I had the mere vision of maybe making a couple $100s a month, maybe 500 if I felt like I was really rocking it. But I can tell you 6.5 years later that this business is absolutely a mind-blowing, full-time salary for our family that I couldn't possibly probably earn with my 4-year degree in political science. And so with that all being said, if this is something that you would like to look into to become another stream of income and business opportunity, a way for you to earn a little bit extra for your family, I can assure you we have an awesome community in place. We have an incredible team in place, the resources to help you earn enough to pay for your products, the resources to help train you how to earn an extra $500 a month. And if you say, you know what, Dawn, I want to do it. I want to go for it. I really want to make this a full-time income for me and my family. Well, you have the training and the resources to help. So you just let us know and we'll put you down the right path. All right, and I'm gonna say, anybody before we go, if there's any more questions, we wanna make sure we answer those for you guys. I don't see any more in the chat. Okay, and so that is the conclusion of the maximizing your membership results portion of this call. But wait, don't go anywhere. I've actually invited some of our newer ambassadors and customers to come on tonight and share a little bit about the results that they've been getting. I know I get so encouraged and inspired by people's health stories because, you know, when you've been doing the products for 6.5 years, you kind of forget how awesome they are, quite honestly, because it's been so long and have been feeling great for a while. So it's just really wonderful to hear some news stories and some new people that are getting some great results. And so I've invited a few people to share, and I am going to be quiet and mute myself. And I think we will first hear from Miss Allison because she's got that cute baby on her lap, and we all want to goo and ga over the cute baby. So I'm going to you take it away, Allison.
This is Catherine, and she was a grown with Plexus products because when I got to the point where I had to take my glucose test, everyone's favorite day of pregnancy, I failed it. And I probably almost failed it with my son, which means I may have had this gestational diabetes situation the whole time. And that puts me at risk for also type 2 later on in life. So I really have to keep track of my health now. So I was basically in tears when I found out because I've never really had any medical issues. And Terry and Evelyn took me under their wing and just told me I had already been using the Slim and maybe the X Factor Plus, but I really needed to stay consistent on everything, and it kept my blood sugar down. And it also just helped me when I start my day with my products. I consciously make better choices throughout the rest of the day because, you know, I'm paying for this stuff. So I need to make sure I'm making the proper choices that are going to get me the best results. I'm now to the point, as you can see, the baby turned out perfect. She likes using the Plexus products as a rattle too. So, so I use pretty much, I start with the X Factor Plus. I'll drink my Slim and then I take this. And my Slim also, because I'm trying not to be old, I use my collagen. I love it. I just got more of this in today and I hadn't had it in like 2 weeks and I'm like dying. I'm like, I have wrinkles now. Yeah, lots of late nights with this one and I still have all this energy. It's 8:45 at night almost. So, okay. So Slim and this is what I mix in the morning. And then the X Factor Plus. And then my Bio Cleanse, and I'm up to 2 of these now. And I had added in Vital Biome. I'm out of it, so I have to re-up on that. And then my ProBio 5 at night. And when I was pregnant, I also did Mega X because we want this baby's brain and her eyeballs and everything to be awesome. And like I said, I took it the whole time I was pregnant. This whole time I've been nursing, and she'll be a year next month. So it's going well, and I'm now to the point of wanting to lose weight, which is why I asked about the hunger control. And I'll probably add in some of the other, like the MetaBurn and the one for the carbs eventually too.
Awesome. Yes, I love that. I love hearing about Plexus mamas, pregnant mamas and nursing mamas using our product. So you figure if it's okay for nursing mamas and pregnant mamas, my goodness, right? Super safe, super great, doctor approved stuff. So thank you so much, Allison, for taking the time to share with us tonight.
Dawn, can I say something very quickly?
Totally, yeah.
We were talking about the Megas and the X Factor Plus. I've talked with OBGYNs and midwives, and they both have looked at, not both, but many of them have looked at both. And they said that they are amazing products. They really want you to take both of them, though, like you said, because you really need the Omega. So Mega X and X Factor Plus, so much better than like those horse pills. If you've ever been pregnant and taken those stinking horse pills that are just making you gag, so much better. And because it's methylated, it's gonna be bioavailable. So that is really good. The only thing I wanted to add as well is nursing moms and pregnant moms should not take 3 of our products, should not take actually 4. Accelerator or Boost, because they are they're thermogenic and they're metabolism boosting. Metaburn, because there's some herbs in it that aren't quite, proven to be safe with nursing and pregnant women. And then balance is kind of up to you and your doctor, because it is blocking carbs. And so that's something you would want to talk to them. But other than that, the only other thing I can mention is Active does have about the equivalent of a cup of coffee and caffeine. So a lot of OBs and midwives said that's fine, but that's another way you're restricting caffeine for whatever reason.
We're on coffee all day.
Okay, it's better to do Active then.
Yes.
I'm good. Thank you, Dawn.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. That was really good info. Great. All right. I actually want to call on Martha next. Martha has been on our team and taking the products, but you can tell us about all your great results, Miss Martha.
I will. And I'll tell you that the more I think about it, the more I realize that I was really feeling bad for about like the last 40 years. And that's the absolute truth. When I really started to think about it, this past year, I just got tired of feeling awful. I was having a lot of stomach issues. And it was, when I think back of like my first date with my husband, when we went to a really nice restaurant and I smelled the food and it was like, oh, I can't eat this. We've all had that feeling where you feel kind of nauseous and you're nervous and you think, oh, well, maybe it's just this. But no, I remember like in 9th grade, traveling to Florida with my parents and having nervous travel stomach and all of that. And I just thought that was like that's how you live. Sometimes you just have an upset stomach and you feel crappy. Well, the longer I went on with my life, and we have 4 children, and after the children were born, that it was sort of like, that's how my PMS went. I got nausea, I got diarrhea, I felt awful. So this year I was tired of living on Pepto-Bismol. It's not even good for you. And feeling really awful. And I was reading a lot about gut health, because every once in a while on Facebook that would pop up. And so I'd read articles about leaky gut syndrome. And I finally figured out that's probably what's been plaguing me all of my life. And so I spoke to my friend Elizabeth, who was actually one of my first students when we moved to Virginia Beach. She was in my chorus at Kempsville Junior High School when I was the new chorus teacher. And she babysat my kids, but I would see her posting about the pink drink. So I said to her in February, I need to know about this, because it looks like this is what I just want to feel better. Basically, I'm tired of feeling awful. And so she said, okay, well, here's what I recommend. And she sent me some samples, and I took the sample. I did the 3-day sample thing. And that was good, but I was getting ready to go to New York City with people from my choir. This was in February. And I didn't want to start anything if I was going to get on an airplane, because you want to talk about travel nerves. That's me on an airplane. It's the worst. It's a 45-minute flight to New York. It's not that big of a deal. But we were going to sing in a giant concert at Carnegie Hall. So that was kind of cool. And I didn't want to feel stressed about taking new stuff. So I waited till we got back from there. Incidentally, 14 of us in New York City, shoulder to shoulder, in the subway, at the theater, singing with 220 of our best friends. Singers are super spreaders, we say, 2 weeks before the city shut down. It's a miracle we didn't even get the sniffles. But I feel like when I got back, I started on the triplex. That was the very first thing. And I did the loading doses, and I did the slim, and then I added the BioCleanse, added the ProBio 5. And I really thought, you think the word cleanse is in anything and you're going to be like spending all day in the bathroom. It's not happening like that. Your body is naturally healing itself and getting rid of what it needs to get rid of in a kind of a normal fashion. And so that surprised me a lot. I like the slim for sure. And I was just adding the products in normally. And about like 2 weeks in, I really, really felt better. And in fact, about 2 weeks more of that. And I said to Elizabeth, I don't have one of those nighttime episodes where I was 5 hours wondering if I was going to throw up all night or whatever. It started to feel like that. And then it went away. Like I have not in 6 months had that at all. And to me, that's worth the whole thing right there. I recently, like 2 months ago, started the X Factor Plus. And here's the other thing. My husband, the biggest skeptic in the entire world, said to me, well, I'm reading about magnesium, and I don't think we have enough magnesium in our diet. And I pulled out my BioCleanse, and I said, you mean like this product right here? And he said, Yeah, and he looked at that, magnesium, okay. And he said, could I have my own bottle of it? Yes, dear, let me just order that for you. So yes. And so he did that. And then he's also doing the X Factor Plus. He does the Hunger Control Slim. And I like the Slim, the collagen, and the active mixed together. I teach at 3 different colleges. It is entirely, and I'm face to face at all of them. I have to have a really strong immune system to be singing with people with masks on. And anyway, so I put that stuff in a baggie, all 3 of those powders. I mix them up together, put them in a baggie, stuff them in my big plastic trackable mug, and I take a bottle of water with me because I do it about 10 o'clock in the morning. That's when I need that. Get me through lunchtime, get me through the rest of the day thing. So that works for me. And I'm just very delighted to have discovered that I can feel good at the age of 66 and feel like I could live another, 40 more years feeling better.
Man, I love that. Wow, you guys, that's so good. So 40 years, at the age of 66, she's finally feeling her best, better than you did in your 20s. That's awesome. If that's not so encouraging, yes, just so awesome. Thank you, Martha. We're so glad to have you on the team and have a part of our community. I've enjoyed getting to know you. It's been fun. Awesome. So, and I've got Kelly, who I know I just saw, Miss Kelly Baldwin. Introduce Kelly. Kelly and I had been friends in the neighborhood. Our kids go to school together, and I'll let her tell the story, but I am just so excited about her results and the things that are happening in her life that I could just burst. So I want everyone to hear Kelly's awesome story.
Hi, everybody. So my story started probably like my late 20s, early 30s. I had been diagnosed with some pretty severe arthritis. It runs in my family. And I'd been having a lot of back issues, was having to get in and out of work a lot. And so I spent a lot of time in the chiropractor's office, the orthopedic office, physical therapy, you name it. And nobody could really help much. So they decided, okay, well, let's do my first back surgery. So that was probably about 15 years ago. I had my very first back surgery. And then I was doing, a lot better after that, but you know how your back and your hips and it all kind of connects. So I still kind of struggled and went back to all the specialists, and around 40, things started kind of going downhill a lot faster for me. I ended up having a double hip replacement. So I had a hip replacement, my first one about 6 years ago. And then I had my second one about 4 years ago. And the doctors couldn't really, I saw all sorts of different specialists. I had someone I saw for my migraines. I had somebody that I was seeing for my arthritis. I had, you name it, I had it. And so my sister was a nurse, and she was talking about, well, all these things seem like they're really connected. She's like, you have really bad allergies. You don't ever sleep well. Your joints are a mess. I was losing all the cartilage in pretty much all of my joints. And nobody could figure out why. So then I met Dawn. Dawn and I go back a little ways, and I saw her post a lot about the pink drink and all that. And I really loved reading about, just the health issues and health stuff going on. And I kept thinking there's got to be more to what's going on with me than just having arthritis. So things had gotten really, really bad a few years ago. And my mother, who's in her 80s, had to come and take care of me and my kids because I couldn't walk down the street to take them to the bus stop in the morning. And I couldn't get on the floor and play with my kids. And it was really sad, and I didn't know what to do. So I saw Dawn posting all these things. And after I'd had my second hip replacement, Dawn had reached out to me and said, hey, you got a lot of stuff going on. I've got this thing I think might work. Why don't we talk about it? And so I finally did. Last year, it was actually Halloween. Dawn had been sending me kind of, tidbits here and there. And I just I'm kind of skeptical. I don't really know if a drink's going to help me that much. And then on Halloween, she's like, girl, you got to do this. And I was like, okay, let's try it. So I ordered my first welcome pack, and I tried it, and I really liked it. And I started feeling better. Like I could see like, wow, there's something going on. There's something to this. And then it was amazing. My first Thanksgiving last year, I had started trying to do keto at the same time too. And getting rid of the sugars and rid of the carbs was great. And I can't really work out because I have a lot of joint issues. I found out after my second hip replacement that I need both of my knees replaced. And I also am missing all the cartilage in my toes. So I have a lot of other surgeries and stuff that they said I would need to have. So anyway, I was really excited because around Thanksgiving time, I went and had Thanksgiving with my family, and I had brought all my keto foods and stuff. And they're like, how are you losing so much weight? How are you doing that? And I was telling my family about it. And they're like, wow, that's really awesome. Good for you. And the thing is, I was feeling better. And I hadn't been able to work in years because it's hard for me to stand for any amount of time or sit any amount of time. Everything was just hard because I hurt all the time. And all of a sudden my friend was like, hey, you're getting around really well. Do you want to start walking dogs? So then I started walking dogs, which was crazy because I couldn't even walk down the street before that without my cane. And so I knew things were going really well. And then COVID hit, and I got off the bandwagon, and, was not really careful about what I was eating, and started feeling awful again. But I kept my plexus going. So I had all this plexus sitting at home, and I hadn't really been using it very consistently, and I wasn't feeling very good. So about a month and a half ago, I had another appointment with my orthopedic because I had been feeling really bad again, was having to use my cane to get around. My joints were really stiff. I've been miserable. I haven't slept well. I was getting headaches, just really miserable. My anxiety level was huge. And the doctor said, oh, well, guess what? You have a back surgery in your future very soon. So we're going to make the appointment with the spine specialist and the pain management center and all this stuff. And I came home and I thought about it, and I looked at my pantry and I saw this plexus. I'm like, this is my Hail Mary. I have got to do something because I can't do another back surgery right now. I just can't. It's too much. And I didn't want to do that to my kids either because I'm homeschooling. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go in, all in. I'm going to go for it. We're going to see what happens. And it's been crazy the last couple of weeks. Like, I still have bad days, but they're not nearly as many. And I don't know, maybe like 3 weeks ago, I went for a walk with my dog around the block for the first time in forever. And my husband's a musician, and I went out to a show, and I was actually dancing, which was crazy because people are like, oh my gosh, you're out. That's amazing. We can't believe you're here to see us. And I had the energy to actually go out because I hadn't been to one of my husband's shows in like a year because I just didn't have the energy, and I felt awful. And now I don't. So I'm really excited. And I had no intention of doing the business end of it because like I have done, I done my fair share of sales, and I don't know. I saw how great it was happening and how everything was progressing, and I just really wanted to share it. And one of my best friends is doing it, and we're having the best time trying to plan and really share what's going on with us with other people, because why would you not want to? Why would you not want everyone to feel great? That's it.
Why would you not? Why would you not want to feel great? I mean, what better reason do we all need than to go out and tell our friends? And that just makes me, every time now, if you guys have been following Kelly, and she's been posting a lot, some really, really awesome stories about how the products have helped you to be able to go on field trips with your kids, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Where you're able to go on a field trip and walk around Jamestown and so it's just one of those, it just makes me so happy to be able to know that you're having those results. And I wanted the whole team to know that you are, and we're just all supporting you and excited for you to hear what a life-changing story, that you're in the middle of, right? It's just kind of starting. So awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hannah wants to know, Kelly, what's your last name?
Baldwin. On Facebook, I'm Kelly Pragle Baldwin.
Yeah. So check out her stories. They've been really, really good, sharing sort of like her journey and how she's been able to do life again. And it's so exciting. Awesome. So we had, thank you, Martha and Allison and Kelly, for you guys and your wonderful testimonies and sharing. We're just really excited for each of you. Like I said at the beginning of the product call, that is like our number one, is to have wonderful product experiences, because through the years, it's just so gratifying and so exciting to see people's lives really being changed. And as cliche as that sounds, and I know that it does. And so sometimes I just want to get on social media and say that, like, this is life changing. And people are like, what? Life changing? What kind of beauty pageant like statement is that? And we're like, no, it really, really, really is. And so anyway, yay. I'm excited tonight just to hear these and just get reinvigorated. Does anybody, before we go, we've got just a couple more minutes before we go. Does anybody have anything they wanted to ask Allison or Martha or Kelly before we close out the call? Or anything they want to add? Okay. That's okay. That's great. I love it. We had some great information. So one of the things that we do, this is sort of like we're closing the call out as a team call. One of the things that I've always said from the very beginning of starting to work this business back in 2014 is, we pray first, we share and work second. We always close out our calls in prayer, because I believe wholeheartedly that this team has been built through prayer, that each one of you that are here are not here by accident, that you have your heart, your mind was open to this. And so Plexus has come into your life. And so we want to pray for those people that are still out there, then for their hope and heart and the open mind, for them to hear the message. And then of course, to be able to have the life-changing results, and not just Plexus health results, but those of us that have experienced the business opportunity and the life-changing business opportunity that is financial, of course, but it's even more than that. It's sort of bigger than us. The community, the friendships, the love, the support, the positivity, all of those things that make our lives full and well-rounded. So I will just quickly close this out and then give you guys big kisses and close out the month. Awesome, going out there sharing. So, dear God, we just thank you so much tonight, first of all, for a great product call for the first piece of our call, and then also hearing the wonderful testimonies that Allison and Martha and Kelly were able to share, Lord, that you're doing so many great things in their lives individually. And I know throughout our team that there's just so many great things happening, and that Plexus is playing a part in that and changing health, which of course then changes the quality of life. So when we feel good, we feel better, we do better in life. And so right now, in a time that unfortunately has a lot of negativity and a lot of things that feel a little yuck, that we are able to bring love and light into the world, and we're doing that through the platform of Plexus, Lord. So we pray that each of us would be equipped in that way to be love and light and be able to share that through Plexus. We pray for the open hearts and the open minds and the people that need to know about the products, that need to know about the business opportunity, that just need to know. We know that they're there. We know that we have yet to reach them. And so I pray that you would help us and give us the wisdom and the knowledge, the words and the heart and the love to be able to do that in a wonderfully authentic, real and loving way. And so I thank you for every single person on this team. I thank you for the ones that have been with me from the very beginning, and the ones that are brand new that have just come on board. Lord, I'm just so grateful for your grace, your mercies, your goodness, and your blessings. And we ask all these things in your precious name, amen. And I love to pray, so I could just keep going, but I know it's getting late. So I'm super happy that you're all here and that you hung out with us until 9 o'clock. All right, so let's go out. We've got a little bit left in the month. Don't forget that we still have awesome specials. And so now is the time to tell people, because it's only $9.95 to join us. You still get 10% off when you order a welcome pack. Like, that's such a good deal. And we want to bless as many people as possible over the next week with that. So it's good to see some new people. I see you there, Paulina. And I think Hannah and I haven't met either, but I see your name and your face, and it's so good to, I hope that we all get to connect very soon, and get to know each other. All right, guys, peace out. Love you guys. Bye.